Hi folks, Greeno here. Where am I today? Well, I've driven up to Bristol this morning. It's a bit of a cold and chilly morning again. I guess it's that time of year, isn't it? Now, why have I come to Bristol? Well, there's a place I've heard about that I really want to try for breakfast, and it's just behind me here. It's called the Budapest Cafe. So this is a little cafe run by some Hungarian natives, and they're knocking up Hungarian food classics for the people of Bristol. Now, as you know, I've got a bit of a soft spot for Hungary. Mrs. Greeno is Hungarian. I spent a lot of time working in Hungary. So I do miss those Hungarian flavours sometimes. Where better to get them from a native Hungarian cooking up in this cafe. So, like I say, it's breakfast time. I know they've got some Hungarian breakfast classics going on in here. So let's get inside and find out what it's all about, shall we? Come on. Right guys, so I've come inside and I have been seated. Very, very friendly staff here. It's been a nice experience so far. Talked me through some of the options on the menu, which is great. So, I've got the menu here. There's lots of different breakfast and lunch options on there, but they're all served all day. So if you want to come in at 9 o'clock in the morning and have a bowl of goulash, go ahead, you can do. So, what have I gone for off this breakfast menu? I've gone with the Hungarian rustic breakfast. So that has scrambled eggs that are cooked with cheese, Hungarian chorizo, potato, Hungarian lecho, which is kind of, if you saw the shakshuka video I did recently, that's sort of tomato-y oniony stew. It's a bit like that, but it doesn't have so much spicing to it or anything, and it's got peppers, tomatoes and an onion in it. So it's quite a nice little thing to go with your breakfast. We've got 2 streaky bacon there, sourdough toast, and I've ordered some spicy beans to go on the side of that. Also, I go with a Hungarian hot dog. Now that's a different kind of sausage, not a chorizo one, it's a paprika sausage, kind of a more traditional Hungarian sausage, and that's served in a baguette with some sauerkraut, ketchup, mustard, that kind of stuff. Flat white to go with it, because I just fancy a coffee. Yeah, I like the vibe of this place. Lots of nice sort of Hungarian decorations around, which you'll see on the B-roll, obviously. Looking forward to this. Okay, so first things first, I have been brought over my flat white, which looks very, very nice. You can hear my breakfast cooking up there in the kitchen. One thing I like about this place, over in the little corner, they've got some Hungarian products available for sale. So it's not like a proper sort of Hungarian shop, but there's just a few little things there to pick up. Maybe I'll buy a couple of treats there for Mrs. Greeno and take back down to Dorset. Let's give this coffee a try. It looks very, very nice. It's nice and warm. Cold day outside, so warms the hands up a little bit just holding it. That's nice coffee. Just what I need on a chilly morning like this. Right then folks, that did not take long at all, and my breakfast has been delivered to my table, and I've got to say, it looks really good. Come in and have a closer look. I'd say these are 2 very tempting looking plates of food. So I've got the breakfast here first. Look at this. That might go on the thumbnail. So we've got a nice pot here of these spicy beans. A very interesting looking mixture of beans we got there. Streaky bacon over the top. Some beautiful looking sourdough, which apparently is sourced from a local bakery. And then the scrambled egg, which has everything else into it. So the lecho is kind of mixed in there. The chorizo is mixed in there, the lot. So, we're going to get straight into this. I'm really looking forward to this. The flavours should be great. There's a lot of egg here, it has to be said. And as you can see here, it's all kind of mixed in together. So I've got some chorizo there, I can see some yellow pepper, some onions. Straight away, the cheesy flavour in the egg you can pick up. It's not overpowering, but you can definitely feel it in there. The veggies in here, they're adding different kind of flavours. Slightly different textures. There's potato in there, which is nice and soft. We've got red peppers I found so far, yellow peppers. They're giving some sweetness. It's really tasty. It's really hearty. But presumably a little bit healthier than your regular kind of full English breakfast. The chorizo in here is kind of a smoky one. It's not a spicy one. Just a tiny undertone of chilli in there, but the smoke is a predominant flavour from it. That's so tasty. We've got 2 slices of this streaky bacon on here, so let's give that a little try. Not so crispy that it's brittle, but nicely cooked. Well, I have a feeling that actually might be sourced from overseas, from Hungary itself, because it is more like a European style of bacon than a British one. Has got a nice crisp to it. Has got a nice flavour. I like that. Let's try this sourdough toast. So it's been nicely buttered there. Obviously you can see it's been done on a sort of griddle, which is quite nice. It makes it a bit more attractive than regular toast, doesn't it? That nice familiar chew you get from sourdough. The crust is nice and chewy. The middle kind of, not pillowy, but softer, obviously. A bit less chew than the outside. This really is a very, very tasty plate of food. And it does take me back to Hungary. The flavours there. I say, I wasn't quite sure what to expect, whether this was going to be all in separate little things, all mixed up together like this. This is quite a common way of doing things, but of course here in the UK we like to have everything a little bit separate, don't we? So we didn't know whether lecho would be on the side, but here, they've put it all in together. Almost into sort of like a breakfast hash kind of thing with the eggs. And it really works. It really does. Right, I'm going to try these beans now. Now I can see butter beans in there. These are obviously homemade. This isn't your bog standard baked beans you get on a full English. There's all sorts of different textures in there. Oh wow. There's definitely a lot more spice in here than anywhere else in the dish. It's a lot more pronounced. There's different kinds of beans in here. I'm not quite sure how to identify them all, but I think there's some haricots in there, big butter beans, some little almost sort of black-eyed ones. There's a great depth of flavour to that though. A tomato that is sweet. There's onion used in the sauce, a bit of garlic, and then all those different flavours and textures of the beans. That's delicious. Now, can we do the kind of British thing and make beans on toast? Let's see how that works. Let's get a couple of these big, look at the size of those beans on there, the butter beans. They're huge, aren't they? Really good. That is not your bog standard tin beans on a slice of supermarket bread, let me tell you. That's got a real intensity of flavour. This is just great. Love it. Absolutely love it. Right, I'm going to polish off a bit more of this, and then I'm going to move on to that hot dog. Let me tell you, as they would say in Hungary, phenom. Absolutely delicious. I really don't want to stop eating this. It's delicious. I was just chatting to the guy who's running the place here, and he was telling me a little bit more about the way they make the beans and whatever, all done on site. And yeah, they really concentrate on trying to balance the flavours, the spiciness, the sweetness, and all that sort of thing. So yeah, really good. Don't really want to put it down, but I need to move on to this bad boy. Look at this. This is a hot dog and a half, isn't it? So it's in a baguette, which has obviously been put onto some kind of griddle or whatever. It's because you've got some bar markings there on the top of it. And we'll open it up and have a look at what's inside. Everything is the answer. I'll take a closer look in here. So we've got the paprika sausage here, some warmed sauerkraut on the top there. Then we got ketchup, we got mustard. Wow, it just looks really, really nice. And for those of you who don't know, Hungarian sausages really are good. I think maybe not quite in the variety, but in the quality, they're pretty much up there with German sausages, to be honest. So let's try a bit of sauerkraut and everything first, because it's kind of coming all out of one side. Oh wow. Get it all around my chops. We got quite a lot of ketchup and mustard in there, which is pretty much my favourite thing to put onto a hot dog. And they've used the sauerkraut here rather than onions, because it's a more sort of traditional thing you'd find over in Central Europe. The mustard is really, really good mustard too. It's exactly the sort of mustard that we get over in Hungary. Let's see if we can get a bit with the sausage in now. No, I missed it. Okay, I'm definitely going to get some sausage this time. No, I'm not. It's a slippery little sucker, because of all the sauerkraut and all the sauce in there. Every time I try and sort of squeeze it to bite it, it's moving. I've got to get there eventually though. There we go. Oh, it's a really messy affair, but I don't mind that with a hot dog. It's like proper street food, isn't it? The sausage is incredible. I'm going to pull it out of here so you can take a closer look at it. It's a big sized sausage. I don't know if you can see in there the colour of it there, and the meatiness of it. I mean, it's solid. It's a really packed, meaty sausage. You can taste the garlic in there. You can taste the paprika. Wow. Really intensely flavoured sausage and absolutely delicious for it. My goodness. Let's see if we can go back into it like this. God, I'm going to have to wash my hands after eating this, I think. A really sloppy affair. But I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm glad they've got a good quality napkin here. If it was a cheaper one, it would have been destroyed already. Wowzers. I've got to apologise for eating this kind of inelegantly, but there's no other way to do it. The amount of sauerkraut in there, the amount of the condiments too. Oh, but none of it's masking the quality of that sausage. That's so good. Okay, time for another little slurp of this coffee. It's a very, very enjoyable coffee as well. I'm going to crack on and finish these plates up a bit more, and then we'll head outside and talk about it at the end. But yeah, fair to say, Greeno is a happy boy. Wow, right then folks, what a lovely breakfast that was. The people in there were so friendly. We had such a lovely chat, found out a bit more about exactly where they're from, had a good catch up about various different places in Hungary and Transylvania and whatever that we've been to and know well. Really, really enjoyable, absolutely great. The food also, top drawer. Like I say, it's cafe style, but really nice ingredients. So I found out that the sausages they're using, they actually get them from a Hungarian butcher in London. They said they could import sausages from Hungary, but they'd likely be frozen then. Much better to get someone actually making them here in the UK, but using the traditional Hungarian methods. And you can tell, absolutely cracking. That breakfast dish with the scrambled eggs with all the stuff in there, the lecho with the chorizo in there, and the bacon on the top, and those spicy beans, my God. They were a flavour explosion, they really were. Like I say, this is tucked away, this cafe. We're kind of in the Clifton kind of region of Bristol. Tucked in the sort of residential area, but it's well worth seeking out. If you're in this neck of the woods, I definitely think you should try and find this place. Really friendly people, really good food, nice vibe in the cafe. Sort of people we should be supporting, right? So, what am I going to score it? I'm just wondering if there's any areas of criticism I've got. I mean, I don't think there are, really. I don't think there are. I think they're using good ingredients. I think they're cooking them well. Really friendly people, really lovely service. I've got to give it a 5 out of 5, I think. I can't take anything off for anything. Really enjoyed it. And I'll definitely be bringing Mrs. Greeno back up here. I'll say, she enjoys a little bit of the taste of home at times. And this is going to give it to her. No problem at all. In fact, Mrs. Greeno, well, you'll have had this by the time you see the video, I expect, but I bought you a little jar of this Eros Pista, which is a Hungarian kind of little spicy paprika condiment that you don't tend to find so much over here, but is very, very prevalent over there. So, does it get Greeno's green light? Absolutely, it really, really does. I had a fabulous, fabulous breakfast. One of the best I've had on the channel, I think. Not just for the food, but for the people and the experience. Just cracking. One thing I will mention, I've probably mentioned it on a couple of videos already, throughout the month of December, I am donating any donations to my Buy Me a Coffee account to a couple of local charities to me down in Dorset. So if you do make a donation, be aware it's not coming directly to me to reinvest in the channel. For the month of December, it's all going to go to these 2 local charities. It's important that we can support charities when we're able to, because you never know when you're going to need them yourself, do you? So that's what I'm going to be doing. So if there are any donations, they'll be gratefully received, that's for sure. Right, back on track. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more of the content? If you're interested in Hungarian food, I've actually been to Hungary and done some stuff there and found some Hungarian food here in the UK, somewhere else, Bournemouth I think it was. So there's a couple of things there you can pick out as well. And why not subscribe while you're at it? I'm trying to get to 20k by the end of the year. I don't think I'm going to make it, but I'm trying. So if you do happen to like the content, please subscribe and check out some more of it. Right, anyway, where to next? That's the question. You're going to have to wait till the next video to find out, aren't you? I will see you then. Bye for now.